Have you ever prayed for something, poured your heart out, and felt like you were met with silence? Like every door you knocked on just wouldn't budge? That was Sadia's life. Sadia was a young teacher, full of hope and dreams. All she wanted was a little stability. A good job, a loving partner, good health. The simple things we all wish for. For years, she made dua, her hands raised in prayer, asking, pleading for these blessings, but it felt like a constant struggle. Job opportunities would appear and then vanish. Marriage proposals would come and go, leaving her heartbroken. Her health seemed to be a constant worry. It was as if a cloud of uncertainty hung over her every single day. She started to wonder, Ya Allah, are you even listening? Her faith was tested, and despair began to creep into the corners of her heart. She'd see her friends settling down, building their careers, and starting families, and a pang of sadness would hit her. She was happy for them, truly, but she couldn't help but ask, when will it be my turn? What am I doing wrong? It's a lonely feeling, isn't it? When you feel like you're being left behind while the world moves on. Sadia kept praying, but her prayers started to feel heavy, almost like a chore, because the answers just weren't coming. One quiet afternoon, while cleaning her room, a wave of melancholy washing over her, she reached under her bed to dust. Her fingers brushed against something old and forgotten. It was a dusty, worn-out notebook from her university days. She smiled faintly, remembering the ambitious young woman she used to be. As she flipped through the pages filled with lecture notes and doodles, one page caught her eye. It was dated years ago, written in a hurried but passionate scrawl. It wasn't a note from class, it was a dua. The words seemed to lift off the page and speak directly to her heart. It read, Ya Allah, give me a purpose. Give me a life that helps others. Let my existence be a source of light for those in darkness. She stared at the words, her breath catching in her throat. She had completely forgotten about this prayer. In her desperate pleas for a job, for marriage, for health, she had forgotten the deepest, most sincere desire she once had, to serve. To have a purpose that was bigger than just herself. It was a light bulb moment. A profound realization washed over her. Maybe, just maybe, Allah had been listening all along. Suddenly, an idea sparked in her mind. Just a few blocks away, there was a small home for orphan children. She had passed by it 100 times, never giving it much thought. But now it felt like a calling. Her heart, which had felt so heavy moments before, now felt light and full of a new kind of energy. The very next day, she gathered her courage, walked over to the orphanage, and offered to teach the children the Quran for free. She didn't have much, but she had her knowledge and a desire to share it. The director, surprised but grateful, agreed. Her first class was chaotic, beautiful, and utterly transformative. The children, hungry for knowledge and affection, gathered around her. Their bright, curious eyes looked up at her, and in that moment, Sadia felt a sense of belonging she hadn't felt in years. She wasn't just a teacher. She was their guide, their big sister, their source of comfort. She poured her heart into her teaching. She didn't just teach them recitation. She told them stories of the prophets, explained the beautiful meanings behind the verses, and showed them the love and mercy of Allah. She played with them, listened to their stories, and wiped away their tears. For the first time, her life wasn't about what she was lacking. It was about what she could give. Months passed. The small group of children grew. The neighborhood heard about the young woman teaching Quran with so much love, and more people started sending their children to her. Her small class in the corner of the orphanage turned into a bustling little school in her own home. The emptiness that had once consumed her was now filled with the laughter and voices of children, reciting the words of Allah. A profound sense of peace settled in her soul. It was a kind of peace that no job or worldly possession could ever provide. She had found her purpose. And then, something amazing started to happen. The doors that were once sealed shut began to creak open, one by one. A respected family in the community, who had seen her dedication and character, approached her parents with a marriage proposal for their son. He was a kind, pious man who admired her work and wanted to support her. It was a better match than she could have ever dreamed of. Soon after, a well-funded Islamic school offered her a senior teaching position with a stable salary, recognizing her unique talent for connecting with children. They even offered to help her expand her work with the orphans, and her health? The constant stress and anxiety that had plagued her for years began to melt away. With a peaceful heart and a purposeful life, her body began to heal. One evening, as she sat on her prayer mat, tears streamed down her face. But this time, they were not tears of sadness or despair. They were tears of overwhelming gratitude. All those years of unanswered prayers finally made sense. Allah had delayed what she wanted: a job, a marriage to first give her what she truly needed, a purpose rooted in serving Him and His creation. He was shaping her, preparing her, and building her character for the blessings He had in store. He didn't deny her prayers. He reordered them. He answered her deepest, most sincere dua first, the one she had forgotten but He never did. Her story is a powerful reminder for all of us. Sometimes, when we feel our prayers are going unanswered, it's not a rejection. It's a redirection. It's divine wisdom at play. Allah's timing is perfect. He might be delaying what you think you want to build you into the person who is ready to receive something far more beautiful than you could ever imagine. Trust His plan, trust His timing, and never forget the power of a sincere dua. If you've ever seen a delayed dua come true in a beautiful and unexpected way in your life or the life of someone you know, please share that feeling by commenting, Subhanallah. Your story might be the hope someone else needs to see today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next story. Until next time, stay blessed.